So now you're in contract. What do you do when you're in contract to buy a house? Hi, I'm Leslie DeLuca. I'm a broker in Carmel, and I help people right here on the Monterey Peninsula buy and sell real estate. When you're in contract on a home, don't spend a penny. I'll tell you a little story. We were in contract a few years ago. We were supposed to close in a few days. We were doing the final walkthrough. My clients drive up in this beautiful brand new BMW. And I say, that's a beautiful car. Where did you get it? And they say, oh, we just bought it. And I say, did you finance it? And they say, yeah. And I say, guess what? You're not going to be able to buy this house. Because when you're in contract on a house, you can't do anything. You can't change bank accounts. You can't make any credit. You have to stay, everything has to stay the same. I'm going to read to you my 10 commandments of buying a home. Thou shalt not change jobs, become self-employed, or quit your job. Thou shalt not buy a car, truck, or a van, or you may be living in it. Thou shalt not use credit cards excessively or let current accounts fall behind. Thou shalt not spend the money that you've set aside for closing. Thou shalt not omit debts or liability from your loan application. Thou shalt not buy furniture on credit. Just wait till the house closes. Thou shalt not originate any inquiries onto your credit. So don't go shopping for things and get more inquiries on your credit. Thou shalt not make large deposits without checking with your loan officer. Thou shalt not charge or change any bank accounts. Do not co-sign for a loan for anyone. Now, I've seen people do all of these things and they blow their loan. They blow it. So those are the 10 commandments of buying a home. This is in my how to buy a home guide. And so you can take this and put it on your wall when you're in contract. So that's one of the things that I really tell people. Don't buy anything. Don't touch your credit. So now you're in contract. When you're in contract, you have a due diligence period, and you have 17 days where you can do any and all investigations that you want to do. And there is a document that you will be given that shows you everything that you have a right to do. As a real estate broker, I encourage you to do as much as you want to, because this is a big investment. So you want to do a home inspection. You want to do a pest inspection. If it's in an area where you're worried about mold, you want to check the environmental conditions. You want to make sure that everything, if it's on a hill, you want to have an environmental engineer come in. You want to make sure that this house is solid and that you aren't buying a problem. The first 17 days, you can have any inspection that you want. Now, if you find something that you don't like or that is a problem, you have the right to ask for either a price decrease, you can ask them to repair it, or you can ask for a credit in escrow. Now, what we have to talk about here is reasonable credits, because I've had people that want somebody to give them a $100 credit for a cracked, light fixture, which is not reasonable. But if you have a broken water heater or a leak under the sink or termites or something major, then that's reasonable. And so we have to put on the seller's cap when we're asking for repairs as well. And I will always make sure that you don't buy a problem, but we have to think about what's going to make the seller mad. So rest assured that I won't let you buy something that has major problems. So once we get all the inspections and you've spoken to the inspectors, then it's ultimately your decision what you want. But I always encourage people to really think about, if you were the seller, how would you feel if somebody was asking you for $100 to fix something that is a $10 item? So we have to be reasonable. And remember, it's not a brand new house. So there's going to be, little tiny scratches on the walls and things like that. So once you have a contract, you can still negotiate. You can still ask for things for the first 17 days. Also, your lender is going to have an appraisal done. Now, the appraisal is going to make sure that the house is worth what you offered. So let's just say that you offered $850,000 and then the appraisal comes in at $800,000. Well, then we would go back and we would ask the seller to lower the house to $800,000, because if they didn't, then your bank is only going to loan on $800,000, and so you're going to have to come up with that extra $50,000. Most of the time, who's going to do that? And I would not encourage you to buy a house that was not worth what you were paying for it, because that's just dumb. At 21 days, your appraisal comes in and you release the physical contingencies, your appraisal comes in, you release the appraisal contingency. Now, your loan gets completely underwritten and your loan's completely approved. Now we're ready to go to the closing table.